Look, I know there's a lot of nostalgia tied to this particular game, but to me, $70 still feels like quite a bit for a PS2 game with a new coat of paint. But let's try to be objective, and let's look at just the numbers to find out if Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is really worth it or not. It looks like most people spend around 13 and a half hours with this game, so assuming you do the same, you'll realistically be spending $5.18 per hour to play. That earns it a fairly low value score of 4.82 out of 10, but this is a premium price game, so that's actually not too surprising. And some people simply just don't care about cost per hour. That's completely understandable to me, but still, we'll keep it in mind as we move on to the actual quality of this remake. Critics give it a fairly high 8.5, but just in case you're one of those people who don't put a whole lot of stock in critic scores, we'll also take into account the user score. They give it a somewhat lower 7.5. It seems like they still mostly like it, but there are some negative reviews, mostly complaining about the game's performance. I think all these stats are really interesting on their own, but in order to decide if this game is truly worth it or not, we actually need to average everything together. That'll balance everything and give us a final, more objective metric that I call the Gaming Geek score, or GGS. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater earns an official GGS of 6.94 out of 10. That places it at number 9 on our list of games that we've ranked using this method, just above South of Midnight and right below Mafia: The Old Country. Now, I consider a Gaming Geek score of 8 or above to indicate that the price is completely justified, so obviously this one doesn't quite hit that mark. It almost got a 7, so like the price isn't horrible. So if you're like really nostalgic for the original, this one might be worth buying at full price, but I think for everyone else, you'd probably be better served just waiting until it goes on sale if this is a game you're interested in.